Greetings, true
Hey.
believers. Hello. Welcome back to the Marvel movie half hour.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I'm David.
Donovan.
And we just literally just got back from. So this is
We
one of
really
our.
watched a movie of all
We,
time.
we sure did.
And it also involved vampires.
hmm we watched Blade Trinity, the
It's
hit.
fatal.
It's fatal. The hit movie by Wesley Snipes and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
If you forgot that he was in these movies, which I don't blame you. Um, so let's before we talk about this because we're holding off our thoughts until now, and we should just quickly go over the first two Blades.
Okay.
First Blade movie,
Peak.
peak. It's very good, honestly. Very underrated, I'd say.
Yeah. Paved the way for a lot of other Marvel films.
Yeah, sure did. Um, Second movie,
Kind of mid.
yep, pretty mid, but there was still hope for the future, right? I mean,
Yeah.
there was still hope that something could be good.
Then there's this. And I don't know what to grade this on.
Yeah, this this movie sucks. I'm sorry, this movie sucks.
I,
We were
am still tripping that this movie was a thing.
it
It
does
hasn't hit me yet.
it doesn't feel real. I just feel like I woke up from just like a crappy dream. I was just kind of like, oh,
I feel
okay.
like I just watched I feel like I just watched Morbius, the Black Edition. That's what I feel like. I feel like I just watched Morbius, the Wesley Snipes cut.
The black edition of Morbius. That's brilliant.
That's what I feel like I watched. I don't know what I was watching for the past 2 hours.
No, no, I don't know either. It's nothing. Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Nothing
Nothing
happens,
happens until something does happen, and you're
and then
just
it
like,
goes.
yeah, you're either like yay or like why.
hmm Yeah, Wesley Snipes is like not even that cool in this movie. I mean, there's like
No.
some moments where he can fight really good, but other
The
than
one
that,
moment where he's like, "Kill you, MF, I'ma kill you." I just do. I just like it better.
that was
Paying
funny.
homage to the first film, which I do like.
Yeah, I love that. Um, to be fair, that was what the second one was missing. Some of that
Yeah,
Wesley Snipe, Wesley Snipes humor.
Wesley Snipes breaking out a character for a split second.
Yeah, but other than that, it's sad. Honestly, he doesn't do much.
No,
No one does anything, and since Whistler is like a favorite character of ours, I think we should talk about him because
they. I will say, this movie almost brought my blood pressure up high. The moment I found out, like the moment that, like, because Whistler in the movie, I think the police raid the hideout that Blade and Whistler had, and Whistler sacrifices himself by blowing himself up. And we cut towards the ending of the movie where the main character, I mean, the main antagonist, was supposed to be Dracula, but in this movie, he's named Drake. He shows up and he disguises himself as Whistler. And I'm thinking to myself, no,
No.
no, there's
We,
no way that this man just came back. 'Cause y'all gotta understand something. He got bit by a vampire in the first one. And
yep.
and he asked Blade, give me the gun so he can, get rid of himself.
Yeah.
He came back. Then we thought, okay, he was a vampire, even though he got cured, but that cure might not have done anything. But then
Hmm.
that didn't happen. He was still just a normal human.
Yep.
Then we're thinking, okay, he's dead this time. But then he came back. And we're thinking, oh, because his eyes changed. This dude's a vampire again. And it's just like a repeat cycle of what happened in the first two films, and they did it here too. It's like they don't know what to do with this character. They don't know whether they should keep him or let him go.
Right. It's really strange. And like you can tell just not even for the character, but for both actors, Wesley Snipes and whoever played Whistler. I
Chris
forgot his
Christopherson.
yeah. And they're just you can tell they're just out of it. And like
They're out of it in the beginning when they start talking to each other.
yeah. And like you could say like, oh well, they sound the same in the other two. Not really, because like
No.
the first two they sound normal, but it's like you could still tell like there was some experience in their performances showing these characters and what they've gone through, and there was still kind of a calmness or demeanor about them, not a dullness. In this
Mm-hmm.
one, it's just dull and it's kind of crap,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately. But yeah, we thought we called it when Whistler came, quote unquote, came back. Um, but thankfully he didn't. So good. That sounds horrible, but um, oh yeah, he has a daughter
Somehow,
somehow.
even though in the film they show a flashback talking about his family, but apparently it happened in the first. Even though I swear I don't remember him ever explaining this in any of the movies that we watched.
I kind of do. It's just been a while since we've
I
seen the other
don't,
two.
because when the flashback they showed, it looked like they just shot that just to act like, hey, this did happen. We're just gonna make you seem like you forgot.
I
I
could
don't
see
remember
the.
this ever seeing this happen though.
I believe it was when he was talking to Karen, like the best girl in the franchise.
That
Um,
still didn't return for any of the two movies, probably for the best.
probably we get a new girl every movie. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, he has a daughter, and they're sure to tell us that too when they the
The
team
moment they
introduces
reveal
themselves.
her, they already tell her. No, Blade himself says Whistler's daughter. Could have at least
Oh,
could have at least let it marinate a bit and then let her reveal that that's Whistler's daughter. No, no. You already knew, apparently.
yeah, exactly. And she's supposed to be a deep character as well, but
No,
she
she's not.
no, she's not. She listens to music to fight, which is like a quirky little trait for a character to have. Listen to music while fighting and stuff. Um, she's sad that her
How you
dad.
said that.
What?
It's how you said that.
It's quirky. It's quirky little character moment. Um. Ah!
Nah, I swear to God, I wish we could show that clip right now
I
of
do
him
too.
doing that.
There was a part when
Where did Whistler sacrifice himself?
yeah, and then
And
Blade
he
like is
exploded.
outside of the building.
That's actually a recurring theme I notice in this film. Anytime somebody dies, the main character or characters will just scream. Like I
Hmm.
get your mourning their loss, but like it's one thing when someone does. It's another thing when the whole squad's doing it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know about that. It's- but the thing with Blades was the best one. I don't care.
Blaze was the best one, far out.
He was crouching and growling with his teeth just sticking out like.
Ah!
"Ah!"
Then he crouched, and then he got into fighting position.
I lost it. I lost it there.
And what's crazy is that reaction was terrible. But what followed when he actually dropped down onto the ground and surrendered to the cops, that reaction to losing Whistler was better than the initial scream.
Yeah, I do believe Wesley Snipes could have done a better scream. I think he could have. He could have actually done
See, here's
better.
the problem with that scene right there. I believe that was probably it's like a case of the weekend. You know the infamous weekend scene where he's like, "Shut the up, shut the up, shut
Shut
up."
up. Yeah, yeah,
I feel like that was the best take they could have gave Abel. This was probably the best take they could have gotten out of Wesley at the time,
probably.
and I hope that's not the case.
I hope not. That was incredible to
You know what it
witness.
sounds like? It sounds like a derpy version of the Foss sound effect. You know the
Yeah,
one I'm talking about?
I think so. I
The
don't.
fa, and it's like an echo with it.
Oh, like that.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, I know what you mean. That's a
should
that.
dub over that scene with the fa instead.
Yeah. Um. But yeah, we have a girl, main
So
girl.
yeah, we have a girl.
We have a girl.
Okay.
Yeah, and she talks about how the knife of sadness is in her heart, and if she keeps it in there, she's fine. She'll be fine. But if you take it out, she'll die.
No, if you have a knife in your heart, you're gonna die regardless,
Yeah.
whether you pull it out or not. That's a terrible analogy. I see what they're going for, but they could have done that way better.
Oh, it was good. Shut up. It was really good.
You know what's sad about this whole movie?
What's
When it
that?
comes to the main protagonists, out of all of them, Ryan Reynolds somehow was the best one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm I'm not even saying that to be they're trying to be like sarcastic or funny either. He somehow was the best one here, even a
He
little bit better than Blade.
he really was. And
And
like
all his whole stick was is just Deadpool before Deadpool.
yeah. This is I mean, he said that this led him to Deadpool or was a I don't want to say an inspiration. It might have just been like this definitely led to Deadpool.
I'm not surprised.
Um yeah. And this was Ryan Reynolds before all the uh
Before he became a Shulster.
yeah, before we fell out of love for him, unfortunately. But that it was good enough. There are some moments where you could tell it's not him saying the lines; it was the script that made him say it. And I
Yeah.
think it's a thing with like good actors, and when it's like they're saying the line that was given to them bad on purpose, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I could see it sometimes with like with good actors, and Ryan Reynolds is a good actor, but
Mm.
there are moments when I could see that happening. For the most part, the script is really bad. um, Now the action is okay. It's not as good as the first two, but the editing is really choppy. I think
The editing is very choppy. There's even a scene where they reuse same scene, same punch for some reason.
that is true. Yeah, they reused the punch. There's a lot of cuts for one single action. Like one punch could have like five different cuts in the same punch.
Uh,
and it's really disorienting. Um, I also thought the coloring was a bit off too, as well. Like I know what they were trying to go for, but it was that way throughout the whole movie. Like this weird yellow, dim-ish color, and I think the color could have worked, but I think it wasn't. I guess it wasn't vibrant enough or saturated enough. It was a weird look to it that didn't really fit, and they could have added more saturation to it.
yeah.
Um, what do we think about the villain, the main bad guy?
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be Dracula, but they call him Drake in this movie. But you know it's Dracula because they try and lore dump us on it. Even though
Mm-hmm.
we know who Dracula is.
Dracula.
It's a terrible Dracula, by the way.
It sure is. It's like he doesn't even like the actor's not fit for the role. He didn't even show up that much. Like he
Thankfully, no. Because
thankfully no.
when he did show up, I didn't like him. I
No.
didn't care for him.
Yeah, he was like trying to be super sexy and stuff. And it was really weird. I feel like the thing that they mentioned about vampires being aroused when they take people's blood, I feel like those added in there because I
Yeah.
don't remember I don't remember that being established. Maybe implied, but I don't remember it ever being said.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a little weird. Um oh, how about the other side vampires, the evil vampires,
They
especially
really have. They really have my favorite out of all of them. They really have my goat Triple H be a vampire with a grill. Not to mention the grill were his fangs.
yeah,
If you're not a wrestling fan, look up Triple H. You'll know who he is.
with no beard.
No beard, but he had the long hair. Triple H back in the back in '03 and '04 looked terrible without facial hair. He
Sad.
looked awful. He,
It is. It's very sad. Um, yeah, all the other vampires, I don't have any comments about because they
they're
didn't do
just there
anything.
existing. The only one that
Exactly.
has some sort of a character was either Triple H or the girl with like the black hair, which don't know what her character was supposed to be even about anyways.
Yeah. Would you say this group of vampires in Blade Trinity is better, or the Vampire Squad in Blade Two?
Vampire Squad and Blade 2 because they actually had like some good acting chops from them. They had Ron Perlman,
True.
um Donnie
Yep.
Yen, the
Yeah.
silent samurai dude. Who else did they have on their team? Because I
Fast
know
and
they had a couple.
Furious.
Who?
Fast and Furious guy.
Oh yeah, the dude from the first Fast and Furious movie. I forget his name.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he was part of Dom's crew. I forget the rest though. But those guys seemed like they were actually cool. And even if it was just one person, kind of like the leader of the group, like how the woman was, I would say it's Ron Perlman. He had more character in Blade 2 than all of the vampire villains, including the main villain, did in Blade Trinity.
Mm-hmm. I feel like the amount of screen time that the villain that Dracula had. Um, I'm actually gonna try to look this up while we're talking about it. Dracula's screen time in Blade
Probably not
Trinity.
much.
I don't know where that is, but yeah, very little screen time. I would say maybe less than 10 minutes of screen time.
Yeah.
I couldn't see anything going over that. Um, I think that's all the characters. Well, there's the blind lady. Oh, there's the blind lady with a daughter who gets kidnapped and then
Oh
saved.
yeah.
There's a part where this blind lady, who's I guess a scientist or whatever, I forgot what she does, but she has a keyboard with braille
or a keyboard that's supposed to have braille, but it's just a big blue keyboard with like a straight line worth of keys and like an arrow keypad at the bottom corner of it. And I'm just thinking to myself, how do you understand what this is typing?
Right.
You could have had a normal keyboard, but all like the letters, numbers, and other characters on a keyboard, like on a normal QWERTY keyboard, you could have had that replaced with braille dots.
Yeah.
That way you still know what you're typing. And it looks like a reasonable keyboard. Nah, it wasn't even a keyboard. It was just a board.
Exactly. Oh, Patton Oswalt was in this movie.
I was about to say that comedian guy was also here too.
Yeah. Who was
There's
also wearing a Fantastic Four shirt.
It was foreshadowing the next movie in the 2000s Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yep.
It's all connected, David.
It sure is.
Then that wasn't what's his face? Kevin Smith's character in Daredevil also wearing a Fantastic Four t-shirt?
I don't remember what shirt he was wearing, but
It might have been Fantastic Four, and if it was, that means it's connected. The
Ooh,
four connected them.
that's not the only Marvel Comics reference in Blade.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. So so for those who don't know, Ryan Reynolds' character plays as a vampire hunter called Hannibal King, and he debuted in a comic book called Tales of Dracula, I believe. Let me look it
is
up.
it Tomb of Dracula or
Yeah, The Tomb of Dracula,
yeah.
which debuted in issue 25. It came out in 1974. This movie came out 30 years after that book's release. And in the movie, Ryan Reynolds holds up like a piece of info, quote unquote, in front of Blade, and he says, "Have a look at this." And it's the exact same Tomb of Dracula book. My guess is it's probably the exact same Tomb of Dracula book that he debuted in.
And it has Marvel Comics at the top of
It
the
has Marvel on it. And here's the interesting part about it. The team, the Night Stalkers, are actually part of like are actually part of the comic too, along with Hannibal King. But I looked through his powers. What his powers are: regeneration, superhuman strength and speed, halted aging, ability to turn into mist, and a werewolf, flight, and a skilled detective and marksman. Here, it's just Ryan Reynolds with washboard abs and jokes.
Yep.
So they heavily nerfed my boy. It's crazy. It's crazy he has all these powers in the comics, but not one of those shows up in the movie. Not to
Yep.
mention, this is a common concern I have with the Blade movies. Why are there no werewolves? Because I just read off one of his powers was the ability to turn into a werewolf, and you could have had that here, yet you didn't. Because
Right.
Blade just, as far as I know, he probably has in the comics, but I don't know very much about Blade outside of the movies and like the other appearances I've seen. I'm
Yeah.
wondering, does he ever fight a werewolf? Because werewolves, are always like seen as the big bad guys to vampires, anyways.
Right.
Where are these guys when you need them? I'm quite sure at least one wolf would fight with Blade.
Yeah. You would think.
You would think. And that could have been Hannibal King because in the comics he can turn into a werewolf, but not here. In fact, what he was, I think he was either a familiar or a vampire, but then he got administered with a cure. Now he's human, but he still has like the familiar or like the vampire tattoo on him. Literally inches away from his you know what.
Yep.
We know this because Ryan pulled his pants a bit too small. We saw a bit of pubic hair.
And it was very
It was that's scary. That's a lot.
yeah,
That's a lot.
I don't like that.
I don't like
Don't like that at all.
it's also a thing I don't like. I don't understand what was Drake's plan. I don't even think he had a plan.
He wants to take over the world. He is the best vampire.
The thing is, though, two lesser vampires did that in his place. And
Yeah,
at least they had a motivation and reasoning for doing the things that they did. There's simply no plan or rhyme or reason for why Drake is doing this or why the other vampires decided to release him. He's just here just so we can have people say Blade fought Dracula in live action.
right.
I
I
feel like there was something missing here.
yeah. What was the first villain's name? Was it like Bloodlust or something? I forgot his name.
Oh boy, I think it's like Blackheart, the dude from like
Isn't
Ghost
that
Rider.
that's Ghost Rider?
Yeah, but his name kind of favors this one too.
Yeah. It's
Uh, Blade
Deacon
one.
Frost.
Yeah, Deacon Blackfrost, I think.
That's yeah, something like that. Yeah, he was much better. Much better. Also, what is the deal with like
Yeah, his just
Blade
name was
and
Deacon Frost.
yeah, Deacon Frost. But what was the thing with Blade on the run and stuff? This is a thing. Like vampires, people do not believe that vampires exist, and
Yeah,
we have familiars trying to cover that up.
yeah.
But the thing is, how do you not know that vampires exist?
But you know Blade is still around. But you know Blade is around, which is crazy.
Yeah, because you got well, you have people pretending not to care, especially like in the first Blade movie that we talked about, the scene where uh, Deacon Frost has a girl hostage in the middle of a park
Yeah.
with sunblock on, and he throws the child into a hot dog stand, and no one,
W.
but
W
no,
villain moves.
yeah, but no one notices. They should have noticed,
A
and
lot of people should have noticed.
yeah, you would think this would cause some like some eyes and ears to take notice, but no, no, not at all. Vampires are not real, and Blade's crazy.
Yeah. I do like the twist, however, where they had the psychiatrist and the cop in the beginning of the movie. They were familiars, meaning they
Yeah,
were humans that work with vampires. I liked that.
I did like that too. That was neat. I wish we could have explored that more.
Yeah, it's like familiars exist in this universe, but they're just servants to vampires. I
Yeah,
wish they I wish you could have done like a little cool thing with that. Have them like I mean hell you could have them like a cult like following to these vampires. You know, will be minion. Like you could have one that's literally like a cult, like they worship vampires, not because they want to live or they want to be in service to them. Maybe they think they might become vampires too. Maybe like when vampires take over the world, they'll be safe if they praise them or something like that. You could have had like a religious kind of thing going on with them with the familiars.
yeah,
Make them seem like cultists or like people who work in the shadows along with these vampires. Have them
yeah,
control parts of like maybe one just like the deputy here. He was a cop. He had inside scoop and knowledge through like through like the police department. You could
yeah.
have had something. Could have done it like I have a little bit of like a political intrigue sort of deal with that.
That would have been really cool.
And then you have Drake, the literal king of the vampires, supposed to be Dracula. You could have him do like some real big brain moves throughout
Yeah,
this movie. I want to take over the world, but we don't know how he's going to do it. You literally could have started with like world figures or
you really,
like
yeah.
figures in America, like a governor or like the president or something.
That would be
You could have tried some sort of outreach, Drac, but they didn't do any of that. That could have been cool.
that would have been really cool. Um, dude, imagine if Blade had like a Netflix show during the golden age of MCU Netflix.
Yeah. There actually is a live action Blade show.
There is. It's called Blade the series, which
Yeah.
is
and
which
it's
is
played by a guy named Bokeem Woodbine, who a lot of people call Evil Dave Chappelle.
I think he has another name too, and he's a rapper, but I don't know what I forgot what the nickname was, but it's not Wesley Snipes playing Blade, and it's supposed to be connected.
And this show came out in 2006, two
Yeah,
years after this one.
it went on for one season, 13 episodes, and then it just got dropped.
Oh, it's Kirk Jones, not Bokeem Woodbine. His rapper name was Sticky Fingers.
That's it. Yeah, Sticky Fingers.
Although this was also developed by David Goyer.
Mm, mm.
It had 13 episodes.
Yeah. Well, um, what a mess of a movie. And like I'm not disappointed, but
I'm not disappointed either.
just kind of
I'm not disappointed like the second movie disappointed me. I'm just like,
yeah, exactly.
it's like I've heard this movie was bad and I wanted to see how bad it was. It wasn't that bad, but it was still trash. You know what I
Fair
mean?
enough. Yeah.
And we're not even scratching the surface of all the backstage things behind the scenes of this film either.
No. Yeah, it's just a messy script, messy movie. Number score?
Heck if
I,
I know. Heck if I know.
honestly, yeah. I'm gonna give it a
I could see you with a 1 or a 2.
2.5. I'll be generous. I was tempted to give it a 3, but I also wanted to give it a 2. 2.5 is
I'm tempted
good.
to give it a 4. I'm tempted to give it a 4. I don't know why.
I mean, you can.
You know what? I'll do you one better. Since this movie is named Blade Trinity and it's the third film in the trilogy, you get a 3 out of 10.
Good choice.
You get a 3 out of 10
Yeah.
for that.
Now, I know this is obvious, but I do want to just rank the movies of 2004.
Spider-Man 2 is definitely at the top.
Yep. And then Punisher.
Spider-Man 2, Punisher. What else was in 04?
This was it.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah, just these 3.
Well, then Spider-Man 2, Punisher, and then this.
Yeah, that's. I mean, yeah.
I thought you were going to say we should rank the Blade movies.
Oh well, I mean
Because
that'd be
Blade
pretty.
1 is still at the top for me.
Yeah, Blade 1's at the top. Blade 2, and then this one, Blade Trinity. I mean that one's obvious too, but
part of me wants to say Blade 3 over Blade 2. For the sole reason that this movie, even at its bad parts, made me laugh.
yeah, it was really funny.
This movie was funny. I ain't gonna lie. But at least I'm gonna say Blade 2 over this one. Because while this film did make me laugh, at least that one had more cohesive villains and a good reasoning for why the villain does what he does.
Yeah.
In fact, the main bad guy wanted Blade's help.
Yeah.
He wanted his help. And he's a vampire, an old vampire. That's how you know, like, oh crap, I can't do this on my own. My whole unit can't do this on my own. Better get a daywalker.
Yeah. Exactly.
It probably goes down. Best Blade movies probably go down the order of release for me.
Yeah, it does.
If only they made Now, I do got a question. Would Deadpool 3 count as like Blade as part of the Blade movies as well? Because Blade was there.
I don't know. It's not a Blade movie though, but like
it's not a Blade movie, but it has Blade in it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll get back to you on that. So thanks for watching or listening, but I would like to say real quick, we will be taking a little break from this podcast and the DC EU review podcast, just because we just got some. I'm kind of busy with Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up at the moment, and so
Yeah,
at least less than 2 months, we're just gonna be chilling for a little bit.
yeah,
Maybe I'll release a video or something, but yeah, we're just gonna take a little break. We'll be back
yep.
definitely soon. Um, and we'll be back with Electra. So
Uh,
they just keep coming.
what happened? What comes out after Electra? Fantastic Four.
Yeah, we got Fantastic Four.
You would think that movie came out in 2004.
Yeah, right. Actually, let's do like we'll talk about what's coming next. So we got Electra, we got Fantastic Four, we got X-Men: The Last Stand.
Okay,
Okay, Ghost Rider,
okay. We might
Spider-Man
actually have a
3.
special guest
We might
with
have
us
a special
tomorrow
guest. Yeah.
on Ghost Rider. He's a big
Hmm.
fan of the movie, and we
Indeed.
know him. Spider. You said Spider-Man 3,
Yeah.
the
Spider-Man
best
3.
one in the trilogy.
Okay. We got we got
Be honest, it has the best memes out of the entire trilogy, at least.
ooh, probably. But we got Rise of the Silver Surfer or Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Oh, the most forgettable Fantastic Four film next to Yeah,
Yeah,
actually, no. This is the most forgettable one.
I did forget it.
At
Yeah.
least this one has Norrin Rad in it, unlike the MCU one.
Mhm.
But speaking of the MCU, unless
Yes.
there's another film in 2007, we have the start of a whole revolution
No, it's
in 2008.
2008. Yeah. We got Iron Man. We finally get to the
We
MCU.
finally get to the MCU. The bygone era of early 2000s Marvel is starting to dwindle on us when we hit Iron Man.
Sure is. So, yeah, be looking forward to when we do that because we sure are.
Yeah.
Um but thanks for watching or listening. Be sure to stay tuned for those episodes later in the future and check out our previous reviews. And yeah, thank you guys. And we'll see you in less than 2 months.
Deuces.
Yeah.